Let's see. I keep going to put my glasses on my head and I don't know why because I can't see without them. Welcome back to my channel. It's an Amber thing. I am Amber. So I don't really have like a plan for the discussion with regards to this video. I just knew that it's been quite some time since I've said hello and I am just missing my community. And so I just wanted to connect. So throw out some topic ideas. Let's just chit chat it up, see how it goes. I have cards, my oracle cards on deck. I have my pendulum on deck. So if you are interested in a reading, either pendulum or oracle card, let me know because I can most definitely do that right now. Keep in mind, my children are playing Fortnite right now. And Fortnite makes them a little crazy. So we may hear some screaming in the background. I don't know. I mean, it's just, if any of you moms or dads have kids that play Fortnite, you know exactly what I'm talking about. They start screaming and yelling, and I have no idea like what in the heck's going on. I go over there and they're like, well, so-and-so killed me and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, oh, good Lord, give me a break. Come on. But I'm going to just, while we wait for some people to come on, I don't know why I always say that. I always say we as if there's more than one person sitting here. Oh, okay, well, brains. Okay, we're waiting for some. We're waiting for some people to come on. What's up, buddy?
Can I use your phone?
Nope, because I'm using it. Why do you need it?
Because.
No, you can't. Sorry. I'll let you know. Okay, I'm trying to pull my live stream up right now. And we have an ad. So annoying. Hello, Slackerman. Cassie, what's up, girl? Let's see. Skip ad. What's up? Can I help you something?
I can see myself.
Yeah, you can. So, anybody interested in a oracle card? Okay, I think somebody's trying to call the phone, so it keeps kicking me off the live. I especially use this phone because no one ever calls this phone. It's my business phone. That sounds really bad because people should be calling my business phone. But, dude, who is that?
I don't know.
So, okay, we're probably going to keep on getting disconnected. I might just give up in a second. Let's not give up. My son's friends will call on this phone, and they're the only ones that will literally call back to back to back to back to back to back and drive me insane. But let's see who's in here. Yes?
Can I have a popsicle?
We don't have any popsicles anymore.
Mm-hmm.
The one that was melted?
Yeah.
I guess. Oh,
Love you, Mom.
Okay, let's see. Hey, Mark. How are you? Okay, babe, please be careful because there's incense right there and I don't want you to get burned. Yes, slight technical difficulties are somebody was trying to call in, but also my internet's been like super just tripping today, so kind of like yours was, Cassie. So this may be an epic fail, it may not, I'm not sure. If we keep getting cut off like way too much, please stop, then we'll just have to do it another day. But what's up? Can I help you with something?
No.
All of a sudden, the camera goes on and the kids are like, what's up? What are you doing, huh? What, can I have an ice cream? She's not really paying attention, is she? So maybe we can get away with some stuff. Let's like touch stuff and let's shake stuff and, you know, they're doing kid stuff. What's up?
Nothing.
Do you want to be a part of this?
No.
Because we can sit here, have a conversation. Like, I'll ask you some questions. We can like learn about your life. Okay. So I was just on the phone a few minutes ago and I was trying to look up my Kingdom Hall's phone number so that I could call them and just kind of like ask some questions over the phone because I've really, really, really just been wanting to talk to one of Jehovah's Witnesses most recently. I really, really want to ask some questions. Like I I'm kind of just, you know, wondering, like, you know, how many witnesses actually know what's going on right now in the news? Are they watching the news? Are they told not to watch the news? Are they curious? Are they, I mean, I really want to know. Like, these are questions I feel like I must know. And like, I'm so tempted to like call my mom or my sister, but then again, I can't really do like that and then do like a live call with them on video. That would, I feel like it would just be like, that would be horrible. I would be a horrible person if I did that. And I really don't have any other Jehovah's Witness friends, so like, who am I gonna ask? I can't find any cards. I think Fresno is like really, I don't know, they don't like doing cart witnessing. I don't know, or they go out and I just don't know where in the hell they are, because I don't see them ever anywhere. I think one time in front of a Walmart grocery store, I saw one cart, and then by the time I came out of the store, I was like, you know, walking up, I'm gonna go grocery shopping, and then I was like, ooh, Jehovah's Witnesses. And I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna go grocery shopping, and then when I come out, I'm gonna ask some questions. And I came out and I was like, you know, sweating, like, oh, I'm gonna ask these questions. I'm so nervous, like, what's gonna happen? I came out, they were gone. I was like, son of a bitch. I got all excited for nothing. But I'm just gonna take a look at the live feed here, see what's going on. I see people are chiming in. Oh gosh, I'm never prepared. Let's see. It's just another ad. Don't mind my noise in the back. So who's here? Who's here? Final Destiny. Hello. Let's see. I did not go to the convention this year. You will not catch me at a convention ever again. Never, ever, ever. That was, as much as I loved the cheese danishes, I didn't love anything else about the convention. When we used, oh, I did like going to the hotel. I thought that was pretty cool, because we would, you know, usually stay in a hotel, and so there was like a swimming pool, and then we got to swim with a lot of friends, and that was like always super amazing. But I never ever enjoyed the assemblies, especially because they were usually at Dodger Stadium or some stadium in San Diego, and it was so freaking hot, and I have an intolerance for heat, so I would be literally throwing up almost the whole convention. But do you think that my parents ever thought, like, Amber has an intolerance to sun, we probably should keep her in the shade, probably keep her cool so that she's not sick? No, I don't think that ever even crossed their mind. I mean, we would get ready for assembly, and we would go to the stores, we'd get tablets, we'd get pens, we'd get mints, we'd get gum, we'd get, like, you know, little things, little Bible holders, little book bags, you know, so we're all cute and matching. They thought of all of that, but they didn't think about, you know, the fact that I had a very, very terrible intolerance to sun and would literally barf my guts out the entire time. No, that never crossed their mind. Like, maybe we should, you know, make sure Amber's okay. Nope. So I never enjoyed the assemblies. They were always like, ugh, yeah, I'd never looked forward to them. I'll never go to them again. I really, really feel a lot of negative energy around the Kingdom Hall. Like, if you saw my last video where I actually went to the Kingdom Hall, I was like really nervous. I had like a really sick feeling in my stomach. And I usually only get that like when there's lots of intense negative energy around. So I really think that that place is like full of all kinds of like nasty demons and shit like that. So I really try and stay away from there. But yeah, no. Did you go? You go to every meeting? Oh, okay. Well, so you're like in but mentally out. What do they say? Physically in, PIMO, right? So all of these terms, to me, like, I still have a really hard time like keeping up with some of them, because I don't know if they were like invented like after I came out, but I'd never heard about any of these terms until I started doing YouTube. So yeah. So Slackerman says, I go to every meeting, but I'm mentally out. But no, Jehovah's Witnesses don't watch the news. Oh, okay. You just had a watchtower on child abuse. You know what? I think I saw something about that. The watchtower that they did on the child abuse. I think if I was going to go to any meeting ever, if I had like known about that a little bit in advance, I might have gone to that one. But anywho, let's see. The assembly was trash. I've always thought it was trash, but that's just me. I mean, except for the time when I was involved in the drama. That was super cool, and I really felt like I was some kind of celebrity. So I was like, yes, I can sign your autograph, and I was like, I'm super cool, whatever. I went to that. That was awesome. Hi, Stenone. Not to leave the assemblies and not to flood the local coffee shops. Of course, the lines at the shops were 100 shaved. I remember that. I remember that. The rules on dating are now more insane too, huh? I mean, it gets more insane than you have to have a third party with you? Like, that's really insane to me. Ah. Hey, Dr. Richmond, how are you? I haven't seen you around in a long time. I'm so happy to see you here. So let's see. I'm just gonna catch you guys up with what's going on in my life, like aside from all of this Jehovah's Witness stuff. There's been some, I've kind of not been to, on camera very much. I've had just a lot going on. I have a friend of mine, she's very close to me, and about 2.5 weeks ago, her boyfriend got really sick and went to the hospital and has not come home. And he's not going to come home. They said that he has probably about 2 weeks. They're topping him out at 3 months, but about 2 weeks, they said, is more the range of how much time he has left to live. So that's been really intense. I really, I care about this friend a lot. She's one of my closest friends, and I just am watching her go through all of this with her boyfriend, like back and forth from the hospital, and it's just wearing her so thin. And so I really try and just make myself very available to be able to be there for her when she needs me. But then I'm also kind of like on high alert because I'm so nervous that like he's gonna pass in the middle of the night or something, and I'm gonna need to like rush to her aid. And so I've really been like very, very preoccupied, and I'm just such a firm like believer, if you have nothing positive to add, like just to keep your mouth shut. So I've just kind of stayed away from like YouTube altogether, because not that I don't have anything positive to add, but I just have felt so very down, like, and wrapped up in this situation that has been really difficult. But also this month is, we're in September, so, did you hear that? That was gross. Avery, everybody in YouTube land just heard you burp, and it's disgusting. So, it's September, and that means that this is going to be, no. You can have a couple, then chill out with it, please. Please. Excuse me. Excuse me. That way. You're on the rug. Go that way. Oh, I'm gonna spank you, dude. He just stands there and stares at me like, I didn't hear anything you just said. Like, he's gonna drive me crazy right now. So, like I said, 3 times now. It's September, and this is the month that the kid's dad passed away. So there's a lot of like really heavy emotions going through with that, that I'm really dealing with a lot right now. So not only, like I have what's going on with my friend and her watching, her significant other basically fade away, and then I have, all of this other stuff that I'm thinking about that, comes, he's always on my mind. I can't even say that there's ever been like one single day that has passed where I haven't thought about him all day, or several times in a day. So I guess that's nothing new, but it's just that it's going to be that date really soon. And so I start to get a lot of anxiety about, you know, that kind of stuff. Like, I don't know why. So,
Mom,
nope.
can you open it?
Nope.
Okay.
Thank you. So it was really kind of crazy the other day, though. I don't know if I told you guys this story. So in case I didn't, which I may not have, I'm going to tell it. So if you did hear it, you're going to hear it again. If you didn't hear it, then you're going to hear it for the first time. But we've had some strange things happening in our home. First of all, we've just recently, within the past 2 months, have found out that my son can see spirits. So it was really kind of crazy. We had, there's always been, so, okay, let's see. Let's go back a little bit. Well, I mean, come on. Every video almost that I've ever done in this area of the home, which is my dining room, my kitchen area, and even in my bedroom, there's orbs. You'll see orbs float by, or you'll see them come through, or, you know, there's just always, there's activity here for sure. Well, my son, it was, let's see. So we're headed into the 3rd week of school, and it happened about 2 weeks before school started. So we're still, you know, like in their summer break. And I had gone to sleep early that night. The boys were playing video games, so I just kind of let them stay up and play their video games. I wasn't really feeling that good. And Avery comes running into my room, and I think it was about when let's see. It must have been about like 11:30, maybe midnight, something like that. And he comes, you know, into my room, and he jumps up on the bed, and he wakes me up, you know, because he jumps on the bed, and he's like, "Mom." And I was like, you know, I sit up, and I'm like, "What's up?" And he goes, "There's a ghost in our kitchen right now. It's there right now, Mom." And I was just so out of it. And I remember him saying it, and I remember saying, "There's a ghost in our kitchen?" And he's like, "It's there right now." And I said, "Are you afraid?" And he said, "Nope." And he like gets off the bed, you know, like gets off the bed, and I see him like run away. And I just laid back down, and I know it's horrible, but I fell back asleep. So the next morning, I wake up, and I'm like in the kitchen, I'm doing my, you know, my own thing, I'm getting some toast, or I don't know, something. And it just hits me. It's like, psh. And I'm like, what? He woke me up in the middle of the night and said, "There's a ghost right now." And I'm like thinking to myself, like, okay, there's a ghost. Okay, you know, so they were still asleep. I waited for him to wake up, and, you know, then after he had breakfast, kind of like tried to ease my way into asking the question. So, you know, he tells me, he's like, it was wearing a hood, and was it black? Was it a black one?
Yeah.
It's a black hood. And I said, okay, draw it for me. And so he, you know, draws it, and it ends up looking like the Grim Reaper, but without like the Reaper thing. And so, the axe, without an axe. So I asked, you know, I start asking questions, and I'm like, okay, so you are crunching incredibly loud. So I'm like, okay, so, you know, like, what did it look like? Did you see its face? And he said no, that he couldn't see its face because it had this, you know, hood on, but that it was too, you know, like too big, or, you know, something that it was kind of like over to the side, but like in front of its face, and he couldn't see it. And I said, was it see-through? Did it look like me? Like it was like right there, right then? And he goes, I thought it, go ahead.
I thought it was my brother Anthony.
Yeah, that's what he said. He said, I mean, so obviously it was very like there, you know, not see-through, not like I barely saw something, or I saw something from the corner of my eye. But I think he was saying he was trying to go down the hallway on the other side of the kitchen, and that it caught his eye, and then he had like poked in to look, and he shows me. So like you can't see it in the video, but let's see.
And one of her videos, she had a ghost flying right there.
Okay, stop. So, my fridge is like on this side, and then there's a cabinet on this side, and the cabinet, like, it's kind of broken, so it stays open like about, you know, this much, and it's like been that way the entire time we lived here. But he said and then he said this, he used this term, he said it floated from the refrigerator all the way across in front of the stove and then disappeared in that cabinet. So I was like,
nowhere.
Out of nowhere. So so the funny thing about that is that that cabinet, even though it's like open this much, it always makes noise. And sometimes, like when I'm leaving the kitchen, you're crunching super loud on me. So sometimes, like when I'm leaving the kitchen area, like right through here, like I'll turn around, like be done in the kitchen, and I'll be leaving, and I'll hear that cabinet, like, you know, like it closes, and I'm like, it doesn't even close. So I'll like turn around and I'll be like, can you keep it down in here, because it's a bit much, you know? And I literally will do things. I'll literally say things like that and then just, you know, like walk out. So we had that happen, and we ended up, oh, it looks like the video's super poor quality. Are you guys seeing me okay? Is everything okay on that side? So we had that happen, and
how
then
big it's open.
Oh, the cabinet, how big it's open.
As big as my eye.
You're so silly. So then it was really, I felt so bad, because so then the next day, you know, I'm like trying to explain to Avery, you know, some people have gifts, and some people can see things that other people cannot see. And so, you know, I'm trying to tell him, you know, like, I can see things that other people can't see. I can see energy, and I can see auras, and I can see, you know, go down the list, you know, the things that I'm able to see that other people may or may not be able to see. And so I was telling him, you know, like, God gives people gifts, and he happened to give you this gift, and you can see spirits. And he wanted nothing to do with that. He was very upset. He says, I don't know what's going on. Okay, hopefully this person stops trying to call. Okay, this person's like trying to call, like, okay. And then they're not answering. I'm gonna finish the story. Give me 1 second. We're gonna get to the bottom of who's calling right now. Of course, they're not gonna answer this phone. Ooh, I hate that. They hung up on me.
Mom, have you...
Hold on.
Mom, when they call you, you answer it so you can see their face.
No, I'm not. I'm not answering it, because then it'll disconnect my live feed.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
Hello? Hello, who is this? You've been calling my work phone. And I'm trying to use my work phone for something. May I ask who this is?
Alex.
Oh, Alex? Okay, babe. Brayden will call you as soon as I'm done on the phone, okay? Okay, bye.
I forgot that was Alex's number.
Okay, so where was I?
Who's Alex?
Please be careful. So, so he's like really upset, and he uses this word instead of saying a gift. Alex is Erica's son. Please stop.
Oh, yeah.
So he says, you know, he's like, he cries, and he's like, why would God give me a present of seeing spirits? And I'm like, you know, like, I don't know what to say at that point. So I, you know, told him we can, you know, say a prayer and ask him to stop. And then he's like, no, like, you know, just wait. We'll see what happens with it. So Sunday, he's playing in the living room, and he's playing with my grandson, and he's Mom, Dad's here. And I'm like, you know, I come out of the kitchen, I'm like, where? You know, of course, that's somebody I want to see. So he's like, he just came in, he was over there, like he popped his head in, and you know, he's gone now. And I was like, okay, you know, like, so this is kind of some of the things that have been going on around these parts, but no, I can't. What do you need?
The toilet clogged.
Okay, well, do what you have to do.
It's not from clogging. I need to.
Okay, can you turn off the water, please? And I'll be there in a minute. No, I can't right now.
I don't want to turn off the water.
Okay, well then just go away from it. Okay, let me see. I'm gonna try and get on this live feed really quick because I see that there is. My shirt is too revealing. Hey Nisha, how are you? I know I have 3 boys and 2 girls. Girl, let's see. By coincidence, I happened to be in the Philippines when Kim and Mikey put out a video asking for info on the sale of an assembly hall. Yeah, what's going on with that? Like, I wonder, are they selling like all of these kingdom halls in order to build, I mean, in order to pay lawsuits? Are they just like trying to cash out because they know they're going down? I mean, like, what's the deal? Were you a troublemaker in Southern California? What have you done, Nisha? What have you done? Oh yes, earthquakes. I know it's been a little while since I've touched base with you. We need to, I'm gonna inbox you. We need to talk. I've missed a lot here. Let's see. I haven't watched anything that the hamster on the wheel has had to say. I hate saying his name because then I think when I talk about him, I think like it goes into like a category where it pops up for him, and I just don't need him to have my name in his mouth whatsoever. So bleh. But yeah, no, I haven't really watched anything that he's had to say. I can't imagine much has changed. I mean, he just repeats the same crap all the time. Cassie, you were at the Dodger Stadium? Did you grow up in Southern California? Are you in Southern California? I am Amber. That's for you, Dr. Richmond. Let's see. So does anybody have any questions they want to, do you want any pendulum? Does anybody want any pendulum done? I still plan on doing that video. Just so much stuff has come up, and I'd really wanted my, my friend Sally to be here. You'll see her sometimes in the feed. But I wanted her to be here so that I could like, so she could kind of help me out so I could keep up with the feed at the same time as being able to like do the readings for everybody. It's just, it kind of gets to be a lot, but I'm down. Let's do this. You guys have any questions? And then also if anybody wants like a 1-card pool, I'll do a 1-card pool for anybody. I mean, since we've been talking about spiritual stuff anyways, might as well. Hi, Chantel. In Escondido. Nice. I grew up in P-Town, in Pomona. Well, Pomona, Montclair, like right around there in those areas. They're like, everything's so, like you cross the street and you're in another city, and it's just, yeah, you know. So, let's see. And I am planning on, okay, so right now, it's really difficult because my computer, everything about it works except for the sound card is effed up. So like I can look at it, but I can't hear anything from it. And I definitely think that if I speak, you guys won't be able to hear me. So until I get that fixed, it's really hard for me to do like, Marvin does these amazing live streams where he has people come on and he like, you know, I would love to do that. And I would love to do that like with you. I would love to get on with Cassie and Vinny and Marvin, like all together and like chit chat it up. I'd love that. But I can't until I get another computer, and I'm planning on getting one soon. But that's also been really holding me back from being able to do the live stream that I was going to do with the girls that I grew up with, my sisters, from the Kingdom Hall. From, you know, we all grew up together, and I was like so excited because we all, you know, kind of keep in touch on Facebook. Not all of us, most of us, we keep in touch on Facebook. And so I had like reached out to, you know, one and then the other and then the other and had just said, hey, you know, like I have a YouTube channel and I would love for us to be able to kind of just like, we haven't spoken in a long time. Like when I say we keep up, like we keep up with liking each other's posts when there's something that we like, or, you know, but they're there, we're there, you know? So, they were all super open to getting in front of the camera and talking, and, you know, sharing our experiences. So I had really wanted it to be like something where we don't have any kind of conversation prior to the live that we do. And so that it's all like super very candid, and we're getting to kind of see each other again, and, you know, like just have a really amazing like conversation, and then just like a reminiscing of our childhoods and how we grew up. I know that like I'll jump on, you know, sometimes with Marvin on his lives, and he'll talk about a ton of, you know, amazing things like, you know, children and growing up in the organization. And, you know, that's something that I really haven't talked a lot about, was my childhood in the organization. And I always feel like I don't know. I feel like it's like maybe I've just forgotten a lot of the things that have happened, you know, when I was a kid. But then a lot of the things that I do remember are super very negative. And so it's like I don't want to be like, you know, just spewing negativity all the time, because I mean, but then again, you know, we're talking about Jehovah's Witness stuff, so it's kind of negative. But yeah, I just thought it'd be really cool, you know, to be able to kind of get on with my childhood friends, you know, the girls that we did so much together. I mean, okay, so if there's anything in life that I am thankful for with regards to the Jehovah's Witnesses, it was at least meeting these group of girls that I grew up with. Because had I not met them, you know, if we had not been together in this thing, I doubt I would have made it. It was just, you know, like the experience is, ugh. And I also wanted to say this too, like I've been meaning to get on, and I kind of want, and at some point I'm going to do, you know, a video, not a live video, but I'll probably just do a video and throw it up. But I want to do something encouraging for all of the ex-Jehovah's Witnesses that are going through it right now. Because there's so many that have endured the trauma and abuse during their childhoods, and, you know, some even into their adult years, that are now being able to come forward and go start their court process. And I know that that cannot be easy. They're going to be facing some super difficult times, because not only are they you know, coming forward, and I'm sure every single one of them is very frightened. I mean, there's so much, you know, with that. Not only are they brave enough to come forward and to do something to change the pathway, or to try and change the pathway for the children that are within the organization now, but they're going to be going through being asked some intense questions. Like, I know I was watching somebody, and I don't even remember who it was now, but I watched a video of somebody talking about, I told you you'd hear some screaming. talking about her experience, like talking to the elders after when she was trying to report her abuse, and the line of questioning that the elders, you know, had taken. I mean, it was like intense. I remember her saying, you know, that they asked her, you know, like what had taken place, like exactly how did you feel, how did your body react, you know, did you enjoy it, like, you know, all kinds of things like that. So I can't imagine, you know, these people really need our love and support as much as possible. And I would really like to be able to at some point put out some kind of video that just kind of, you know, will give some love and support in that, because it really is, they're really doing a lot, you know, to try and not only get justice for the intense abuse that they've been through, but to really try and change the path for the children that are in right now. Let's see. Right, that's true, Cassie. She said if we could answer the question for 3 creepy grown men, we can do it again with attorneys. And at least they have those attorneys that are on their side. You know what I mean? They have backing. But I also just want them to know, you know, like, I support you. I support what you're doing. And I appreciate what you're doing, because it means so very much to so many people. Let's see. I think they do too, Cassie. I think you're right. I think there is an element of where they get off on the pain that we feel. I mean, they do it like they purposely try and make people feel uncomfortable and try and make them, you know, it's sad. It's awful. I can't believe nobody's asking me for a pendulum question. Nobody. No one wants any questions answered. Nobody wants a reading? All right. If you don't, that's okay. And if you do and you want it to be done privately, you can inbox me. I heard that they're going to be taking away the way that we communicate inside. There's a lot of changes, I think, happening with YouTube. But I was here, like, now we can become friends and we can like message each other privately, and I think that's going to be changing. So if you know, thank you for watching, thank you for being here. Do 1 card for Cassie. All right. Okay, let's do a card for Cassie. I already kind of did a pre-shuffle, but I'll do one more. And I'm going to give you 3 cards to choose from. Let's see how this... Okay. Let's put this down. So we'll go right, left, middle. Hey, please don't put your hands on one another. So we'll go... Oh, he closed the door so that I couldn't hear. So, right, left, middle. Which one do you want, girl? Oh, I'm sorry, Chantel. That makes me sad. Middle. Okay. And I'm just going to read directly from the book, and then I'll give you a little bit of insight afterwards, or we can talk afterwards and get a little bit. So you got cave and sanctuary. So take a look at the picture, the writings on the wall. Let's take a look and see what it says. We're almost there, almost there. Okay. It says there is a quiet, still place inside of you that will always be available as a sanctuary. Yet finding such a space in the natural world will enhance and complement in this eternal place of peace, whether it is a cave, a meadow, a forest, a seashore, or any other setting in nature. This is where you can see, hear, feel the presence of the Creator in your surroundings. Let it become a temple for your heart and soul, rather than having a computer, television, or any other human-made device or activity be your sanctuary. Allow yourself to discover the perfect place in nature where you can simply be and breathe. Doing so bridges the connection between the eternal and the external, facilitating a spiritual communion that allows your being to be aligned in dramatic and quiet. Wait a minute. In a quiet revere with all that is. In today's busy world, it becomes even more critical to set aside time for sanctuary, even if you have to schedule it. So are you finding yourself a little bit just needing some space for yourself, maybe needing some time to connect with nature and things like that? Are you feeling addicted to your electronics? Maybe you need to step back. That's definitely where I am. Hey, Marvin. And if you'd like, we can, I'll do the other 2 cards in private for you. And we can talk a little bit more about that, because there's a lot more that kind of goes, into a reading than just to read the card. But if that at all hits home for you, get to me on my inbox and let's talk about it. Rise and shine, rise and shine. How are you doing, Marvin? I think I missed your last live. I still have to catch up with it. So we just kind of been chit-chatting. I've just kind of been telling, everybody what's been going on in my life. Yep, and yep. Not the electronics, but you have way too much going on right now. What's up? What question, Marvin? And you need a breather. Yeah, take the time for the breather. It is essential to your health. Is it question like pendulum question? Is it question like an amber question? Is it what kind of question? Did everybody, I don't know if you guys are friends with Vinny on Facebook, but he kind of showed what the hurricane looked like in his area. It was very interesting. Very, very different than what the news had been saying. But he's doing good. So if you guys haven't seen or heard from him, just wanted to kind of put that out there, let you guys know he's doing good. Let's see. So Chantal, you mentioned that you were blamed for all of your pain. Talk to me a little bit more about that. I'm interested. But they do that. That is something that they do. I was in one of the groups. I think it was an ex-Jehovah's Witness group. I've kind of like taken myself out of all of the Jehovah's Witness groups because they're so mean in those groups. So I had to just kind of get myself out of there. But I know I think it was somebody that was kind of like newly just newly coming out of the organization, really asking about, the feelings of guilt and whether or not that's natural and normal, and although it isn't natural for us to feel guilty, it is absolutely 100% normal for us who are coming out of the organization. Like, we have been made to feel guilt our whole entire cult lives. So yes, that was like a huge one. Let's see. Okay, Marvin, do you think the ex-Jehovah's Witness community on YouTube not give much attention to non-Christians and ex-JWs? Just a question. Do I think that the ex-Jehovah's Witness community on YouTube, do you think like that we shouldn't, or that we don't? I'm kind of a little bit confused about the question. Do you think the ex-Jehovah's... My son-in-law. Okay, let's see. do you think there? Oh, like if you're not, oh, okay. Are we going, I think I know where you're at with this. Okay, so first of all, I am one of those. I am one of those that is not, I mean, I don't so much consider myself to be a Christian. I don't like, I just don't feed into any of that. And I do feel like some people out there are really crappy to us, to those of us who don't claim any kind of like, I don't know, religious or, you know, Christianity or whatever it is. I think that we get a bad rap for that. I'm not sure if I'm completely understanding, you know, the question, but I just try not to buy into that, Marvin, especially with who that comment came from, or that video came from. I just don't even pay attention. I don't think that you have to, I don't know. I just don't, I mean, I don't necessarily consider myself to be Christian. I don't necessarily consider myself not to be. I'm very spiritual, and I do have, you know, let's see. That's so true. So Cassie's saying that you usually get adults in by praying on them, and she means like in the organization, by praying on them when they're down, and then they keep them in, keeping those negative feelings alive, so that we always need Jehovah. That's so, so true. Like I've always wondered, you know, like there's some really smart, that I think, or that I thought were like intelligent, you know, human beings that were in this organization. So, and at points I would like think to myself, you know, like the girl that studied with me, she's super smart. And I'm like, she's so smart, you know, like, I don't know. But they, at some point, you know, that they most definitely do prey on people. They look out for people in their times of need. You know, I don't mean they look out for them, but they're looking to find you in your time of need so that they can suck you in. And then they do always keep you there with lots of guilt. There are a lot of forms. Well, I mean, I think that like a lot of witnesses, I mean, a lot of people have come out of that cult and they're just like, done. Like, I just don't like, I don't want to question it. I don't want to like think about it anymore. There's no way that God can possibly exist if that's, you know, that is, if that's Christianity, then I want no parts of it, you know? So I totally get that. I don't know who Jeff Barcaster is. Dara Wilbur. And I thought you were talking about Ploss, actually, because he did that video about I don't even remember exactly what he said, because that's how closely I paid attention. But it was something to the effect that we're pieces of crap if we're not Christians, or I don't know. I can't buy into that. I can't. There's so much out there. So I think that's something, who was it? It was somebody that Marvin had on, Michael. That's who it was. Marvin had a guest speaker on one of his live videos, and I was asking some questions about, you know, well then, you know, how, if there's something about flat earth, or I don't remember exactly what it was, but he basically said, we're never going to know. Like, we're never going to know everything that there is to know. Like, why stress ourselves over it right now? Why not just enjoy the life that we have, the life that, you know, like, we're never going to know what God knows. We're never going to know, you know, we're never going to know all these things. So why stress about them? So I just don't like to ever be put into like a category like of any sort. I am just me, and I just do me. So whatever that means, right? Marvin is MKT. I am MKT. He's up a couple, or he commented right before you on this last one here. So you'll have to check out his channel, Cassie. He's really good. He has a lot of very interesting things to say. He brings a lot of ancient knowledge to the table with regards to just a lot. You'll have to check him out. He has a lot to offer. Let's see. And I always love Vinny's videos. I wonder who else. I've seen some other good videos recently where I was like, I seen this one. It's like an ex Jehovah's Witness, and it's like Legos or something. It was kind of funny. It made me laugh. And then there was another guy who he like goes over, I should find him really quick. He talks about all of like the Sophia videos, and he like breaks them down, and he's really funny too. I have to do a channel review. I haven't done that in a while. But, oh yeah, I know. So there's so many of us on YouTube, and sometimes I just don't, I can't keep up with everybody's name. I'll be like, that who and what, and is that really that person? Is that person? Like, I don't know. I think I know, but I don't know. You hold back a lot, Marvin. Oh yeah. It is. It's hard to keep up. There are a lot. I mean, there's like a Smurf girl. There's like a Jill person. There's like a Aunt person. There's like a, I mean, I don't know. I just know what I'm doing here. I like try and keep up because I like to be supportive. But there's just so much. I just can't, I can't keep up with everybody. Let's see. Is there anything anybody wants to talk about in specific? Like, put it into the comments so we can chit chat it up. I love live. Isn't live amazing? I think Cassie was just saying that too. She's like, I like live. Like, we can get on here and chit chat and talk and like have a grand old time. I do get to points, like in my week where I'm like, I haven't been on in a while. Like, I miss everybody. Like, I just want to touch base. Like, and then I'll be like, I don't really have anything to say, so I don't want to just get on there and be all, so then I just won't get on at all. But I always love talking to you. Yeah, I get that, Marvin. So you did, was it Jumanji? Was that your last? Was that, I wonder if I'm behind. Wait, let me see something. No, I'm not. Because on here, it's so weird. My video is like way behind, but then the comments are not. They're like where they're supposed to be. Yeah, as soon as I get this computer, I would really love to do a collaboration with you, Cassie. That would be awesome. I love the way that you do your videos. You have a really cool style, and I just like your personality. You have great personality. I really have been wanting to call my sister and ask her about, if she's heard about all this stuff that's going on. It's like, with all the abuse cases. But it's like, I really want to make that call, but then do I really want to lose her even more than, we have such a, there's just, we talk just a very little bit, and I just don't want to lose that. And so it's like, it really sucks because I feel like when we're in, we're trapped. And when we're out, we're still kind of trapped in this bubble of like, but do we really want to hurt anybody? Or, we're still, I don't know, somehow under some kind of control of, we don't want to make things worse for ourselves. We don't want to, I don't want to talk to my mom about this because And I shouldn't feel that way. It's like they still have some kind of control over me, and that really, really bothers me. But I don't want to lose my mom any more than I've already lost her. I don't want to lose my sister any more than I've already lost of her, you know? I really, like, I wish, I want to so bad. And I like go, does anybody else do this? Does anybody else, like, do you guys go back and forth in your mind with the loved ones that you don't, you know, get to talk to anymore because of this organization, of whether or not you should, approach them about some of these things? I feel like on one hand, like, it's more the loving thing to do. Like, how can I know that all of this stuff is happening, all this stuff is going on, and I can see it, and I see all these court cases, and I know it's real? How can I sit back and keep my mouth shut? How can I not say, hey, you know, look at what's going on? I mean, how can I not? But then if I do, then I take the chance of, I risk losing it all. You know, it's like, so it's like, even though I'm out and I'm away and I'm like, fuck you guys, I'm still like, they still have their, you know, their finger over me. It's like they still control a portion of what I do, and that drives me freaking nuts. Let's see. Yeah, it's like, you have to be careful, or else what? You lose? Like, it just sucks. Ooh, that's another thing. Like, my brother, I'm just glad you said brother. I have a brother. I have two brothers. One of them is one of Jehovah's Witnesses, and one of them is not. And my brother that is one of Jehovah's Witnesses, he, you know, lives with my mom and my stepdad. And his whole life has, like, had a lot of struggles as far as, like, drugs are concerned, as far as alcohol is concerned. And alcohol is a concern within my family altogether. My dad was an alcoholic. My real dad was an alcoholic. My stepfather was an alcoholic. My mom, you know, she's not, but my brother is an alcoholic. My sister, in my opinion, she does a little bit more drinking than I think. You know, I'm not trying to be mean or anything, but she drinks more than I think that she should. As far as, like, being a Christian, or being a witness, or being somebody who, you know, puts themselves in a position of being better than other people. And I know, like, as I was growing up, I left my home at a very early age. I was like, I'm out. And so I left, you know, when I was 17. But my brother, you know, went through all of these struggles, and he was, like, in the organization. And, you know, there were several times when he was disfellowshipped. And this was just me. This is how I handled things. I have never been a shunner. I've never been a shunner. My brother was, like I said, excuse me, that is unacceptable, and it needs to stop right now.
My iPad died.
Okay, so you don't need to scream like
I
that.
got so mad.
Let me see. Wait, hold on, let me see.
Mom, I need this. My thing died.
I said, okay. You're gonna need to hold on, because I'm using it right now.
My thing died.
Sorry, you're gonna have to hold on. So, don't step on my iPad. Where was I? Okay, so he had been disfellowshipped several times, and like I said, I've never been a shunner. So
What?
You're gonna get it. He's testing me right now. So there, I'm not gonna say it again. So I would always talk to him. I would talk to him no matter what. If I was in, if I was not in. Please, you're shaking the camera. Please stop. I would always talk to him, and he would ask me sometimes, like, why,
Mom?
if you're
Can I go play with Sassy and JJ?
you can go ask if they can play. Put your shoes on, please. Don't go outside in your socks.
I'll take off my socks.
I would still talk to him, you know, and he would ask me sometimes, like, why do you still talk to me? Like, it's against the direction, against Jehovah's direction. And I would be like, because you're my brother and I love you, and I'm never going to turn my back on you. And the the hard part about it is that, you know, when I was only ever disfellowshipped one time, and I just stayed that way because I was like, fuck this, I'm not going back. Actually, I wasn't like, fuck this, I'm not going back in the beginning. I was kind of more like, what can I do to go back? And then I was like, after a while, when I started to learn a ton of stuff, which, let me see if I have it right here. I just found my flash drive. See, it says JW on it with all of my research. Anyways, I have ADD, just so you know. That's squirrel. So, you know, there's a big difference between us because he will not, he's the only one that will not, absolutely will not have anything to do with me. He will not talk to me. He will not. And he tells my mom, you know, not to have anything to do with me, tells my sister not to have anything to do with me, when I would never turn my back on him. And I'm just like, you know, like when you're having a difficult time is not the time for people to turn their back on you. It's the time for somebody to turn around and give you a hug and love you and let you know that you're not alone, especially your blood family, you know? So, the fact that he does that is, it's crazy to me. And I was probably going somewhere with that, but Avery, Brayden, the flash drive, and it just flew out of my head, so I guess I'm done with that. But I'm all but that asshole. He won't freaking talk to me. Let's see. Yeah, mom, like Stewie, mom, mother, mama. Okay, stop. But Bobby Plas has an upcoming video. If he mentions you, will you do a rebuttal to his video? He's not going to mention me. He doesn't mention me. And I'm kind of glad that he doesn't mention me, because I'd probably be, my ego would be like, "Rrr." But I don't think he's ever really mentioned me in it, has he? In a derogatory way? I don't think I've seen it anyways. But if he did, I don't know. I don't know if I would respond. I'm having such a hard time with that, because if I responded to every freaking time that a hamster mentioned my name, I think I would probably be doing nothing but videos back and forth to hamster. And there's been a few other people out there that I've seen your videos where you've mentioned my name, and I'm not going to say your name because I don't like that fucking bullshit. That's like drama bullshit. Like, come on. Like, if our purpose is here, you know, to spread awareness to Jehovah's Witnesses, to support other ex-Jehovah's Witnesses, what the fuck are we fighting for? Excuse my language, but that's really how I feel about it. Like, I don't know. I don't, when it comes to Bobby, I mean, I don't even know if he watches my videos anymore, if he doesn't, but what do I say about that?
The back you found it.
I don't like to associate myself with certain people, and he would probably be one of those people. However, I have found myself where I will feel like a little bit sorry for him at times, and so I'll like try and help out, you know, like I'll say something in the comment section of his videos and kind of just try and help him out a little bit, but he never really responds. And I have noticed though, like, you know, if I say something, he generally will take the direction somewhat. I don't dislike the guy. I just don't support some of the things that he's done. And being that I'm a mom of children, I can't get on board with some of the things that he's done in his past. But I'm also not here to judge him, because I don't know truly who he is and what his life is about at this point. I only know that he copped to certain things that I don't agree with and that I will never associate myself with. So having said that, if on his last video day, if he says something about me, I probably would just let it die with that. Like, if it's his last video, then bye. Like, I don't know. I'm not here, like I said, I'm not here to, you know, argue with other ex-Jehovah's Witnesses. I'm not here to be shitty to other ex-Jehovah's Witnesses. My purpose here, excuse me? You're really making me upset right now. Please get out of this dining room. I'm gonna count to 3. Okay, breathe. Let's breathe together. Okay. Yeah, so not here to be shitty to other ex-Jehovah's Witnesses. If anything, I'm here to support others, and I would love to have that same support back. And I'm here to create and spread awareness to, you know, any Jehovah's Witnesses out there that do watch these videos. I want to be able to help in some way, shape, or form. I don't want to, I'm not here to tear other people down, and that's something that I won't do. So that long ass reply to your question, I'm sorry, Marvin, was basically like, nah, I'm not gonna respond. I'm not gonna respond to anything that he has to say about me, coming from, like, I just don't think that anything that he has to say about me would carry any weight whatsoever anyways, so it doesn't bother me. I think the only time I would really respond is if I really felt like my children were under attack. Like, I can take it. Like, say what you want about me, I don't give a fuck. But you start messing with my children, and then you're going to see a lion come to the surface. And that will be the only time when I'm going to, like, you know, say anything to anybody about anything. Otherwise, I'm not here for that. I'm here for a completely different purpose. And if you want to join me, then be with me. If you don't, then bye. I don't care. So, let's see. All right, I'm going to get going too. It's been, I don't even know how long. It's been a long time. So, of me jabbering on. But I appreciate you all being here. Love you all. I will jump on again soon. I'm hoping that everything goes well. You know, I don't know. This month is really hard. So you guys might get me on where I'm like bawling my face off and I just need your love and support. That just might happen. But I will be back soon. And until then, namaste. Have a wonderful evening and a wonderful rest of your week. We'll talk later. Bye-bye.